The jungle was alive with movement. The thick canopy overhead allowed only slivers of sunlight to pierce through, casting flickering shadows across the uneven ground. Roots twisted like serpents beneath the damp soil, rocks jutted out unpredictably, and the air carried the distant calls of unseen predators. This was no place for a traditional fighter. This was nature's arena, where only the adaptable survived. Bruce Lee stood barefoot on the rough terrain, his breathing controlled, his senses heightened. He wasn't here for a demonstration. He was here for a test he had always believed in. Breaking free from rigid techniques, adapting to any challenge, and mastering combat in real-world conditions, the jungle was the perfect teacher. The unpredictable battlefield, unlike the smooth mats of a dojo or the even flooring of a training hall, the jungle floor was treacherous. One misstep could mean a twisted ankle, a stumble into a predator's den, or worse, a vulnerable opening in a fight. Bruce understood that traditional footwork wouldn't work here. He had to move like water, adjusting his balance and stance with each step. Instead of planting his feet in deep stances, he kept his movements light and responsive. He bent his knees slightly, keeping his center of gravity low but mobile. His footwork became more instinctive, mirroring the way jungle predators moved, silent, deliberate, and unpredictable. Adapting to the terrain, Bruce's first challenge came in the form of an opponent, one of the jungle's elite warriors, a skilled fighter trained in the art of survival. The warrior knew the terrain well, using rocks and roots as springboards for attacks, weaving in and out of the foliage like a shadow. Bruce didn't resist, he adapted, using obstacles as allies. Instead of avoiding the uneven ground, Bruce used it to his advantage. He leapt off tree roots to deliver area strikes, pushed off rocks to shift momentum mid-attack, and used vines to redirect his movements fluidly. Reading the environment, he trained his eyes not just on his opponent, but on the entire battlefield. A fallen branch could be a weapon, a slope could be a launch point for a counterattack, and mud could be used to throw off an enemy's footing. Fighting in close quarters, with limited space, long strikes and kicks became risky. Instead, Bruce relied on his close-range techniques, his powerful trapping hands, sharp elbows, and devastating one-inch punch to generate force in tight spaces. The jungle fight mindset, adapt and overcome. The battle was intense, fast, and unpredictable, but Bruce's philosophy remained the same: be like water, adapt, overcome. His opponent struck high. Bruce ducked under a branch and countered. A low sweep came. He leapt onto a rock for elevation.